Hello everyone and welcome into today's reaction video. Thank you so much for joining me as I watch The Last Samurai from 2003 for the very first time. My name is KL and my channel is dedicated to catching up on movies that I've never seen before and uploading these reactions and providing full thoughts and review. I have watched films like Star Wars, The Dark Knight trilogy, I just recently started the MCU, I've watched a few horror films, a couple romance movies. We're starting to build up the channel and really broaden out a little bit. And the reason I'm watching The Last Samurai today is because I put my mom on the spot about a month ago and I asked her to pick 3 movies that she loves that I've never seen before. She picked 27 Dresses, Passengers, and The Last Samurai, and I put those 3 movies up in a poll on Patreon, and Passengers and Last Samurai actually tied. It was my first tie in a poll ever. So I did commit to watching both. Passengers went out on the channel a few weeks ago, and I'll admit that I didn't really care for it that much. It did kind of break my heart a little bit to let my mom know that. So fingers crossed that I like The Last Samurai because I want to be able to message my mom and go, hey, I really like this movie. Thank you for letting me know about it. The only thing I know about The Last Samurai is that it stars Tom Cruise, and Netflix tells me it's a 93% match to what I enjoy. So I don't know if it's telling me that because I recently watched Edge of Tomorrow for the channel and that has Tom Cruise in it. So maybe Netflix is just gonna recommend all Tom Cruise movies to me as a high match, but either way, I'm excited to check this out. I don't know who else is in this movie. I don't know what the story is about. I am going in pretty much with no knowledge whatsoever. I did see the runtime of this movie. That's the one thing I always look up is how long a movie is. Saw that it was a little bit on the longer side, so I am prepared. I am ready to sit here and watch this movie. And I know there are many of you out there that prefer to grab your own copy of the movie and sync it up with a full-length reaction to watch it together. If you're looking for that, I upload all my full-length reactions over on my Patreon. You'll find The Last Samurai there along with every other movie that I've watched on the channel if you're interested. That is all I have to say in this intro, so with that, it's time to press play. Hell, I'm about to start a 2.5-hour movie.
Japan was made by a handful of brave men, warriors willing to give their lives for what seems to have become a forgotten word, honor.
I really want to go to Japan one day. It's on the travel bucket list. Hello, Ken. Oh my gosh, I didn't know he was in this movie. All right, I'm excited now. I'm very excited now. I love him. He's such a fantastic actor. The Last Samurai. Oh, San Francisco, 1876. Okay.
Captain Nathan Aldrin.
Is that Tom? All right. Doesn't look too good right now. Oh gosh.
Is the gun that's winning the West. Surrounded by a swarm of angry hostiles. The Red Man is a fearsome enemy.
Like those poor bastards out there. Bodies stripped bare. Left to rot in the sun.
He's going off script. Oh my god. I love how one guy in this audience is impressed by this.
My thanks on behalf of those who died in the name of better mechanical amusements and commercial opportunities.
I have a good job for the both of us. God knows it looks as if you're going to need one real soon.
What kind of a job?
Nathan Algren, I'd like you to meet Mr. Omura from Japan, willing to spend what it takes to hire white experts to train their army.
Your performances for the Winchester Company bring you $25 a week. We will pay you $400 a month.
It's a lot of money back then.
How many other genuine heroes you got lined up?
Who will we be training your boys to fight?
His name is Katsumoto Moritsu. He was once the Emperor's teacher. He's samurai. The word you might use is warrior.
Is that who Ken plays? My guess is yes. Oh no.
The core back together again is just so...
I'll just talk to him for a minute.
I feel like that guy is not impressed at all. He's gonna get a firm talking to.
For $500 a month, I'll kill whoever you want. But keep one thing in mind. I'd happily kill you for free.
Woo. All right. Damn.
July 12th, 1876. There is some comfort in the emptiness of the sea. I have been hired to help suppress the rebellion of yet another tribal leader. I am beset by the ironies of my life.
I am beset by the ironies of my life. I like that quote a lot. Yokohama Harbor, 1876.
Yes.
Oh, jolly good. How'd you do? Simon Gray.
Is this Peter Pettigrew's actor? Wormtail from Harry Potter.
The Emperor's mad for all things Western, and the samurai believe it's changing too fast.
For 2,000 years, no emperor was even seen by a commoner. You have to realize what an absolute treat this is, what an honor. Do I look presentable? Haven't worn it in a decade.
You look great.
The Divine Emperor Meiji bids you welcome. The Emperor is most interested in your American Indians.
The Red Man is a brutal adversary.
They're very brave. Thank you very much.
Emperor's just a young guy.
You will stand up straight or I will personally shit kick every...
Oh my god.
July 22nd, 1876. For 6 months' work, I am to receive 3 years of captain's pay, teaching Orientals to soldier. They are led by General Hasegawa, a man of small stature who nonetheless commands enormous respect. He uses no firearms.
You see, to those who honor the old ways, Katsumoto is a hero. Well, the general and Katsumoto fought together for the Emperor.
Nice.
This is a punitive expedition, Captain.
Colonel Bagley, these people had nothing to do with the raid.
These flashback scenes are really interesting.
Aye, down the sight. Now slowly. Ute!
There you go. I feel like these men have probably never held a gun before.
Katsumoto has attacked the railroad at the border of his province.
He must be stopped now.
The rebels don't have a single rifle. They're savages with bows and arrows.
Yeah, and they're probably really good with bows and arrows.
You have superior firepower and a larger force. I am ordering the regiment to move against the rebel Katsumoto.
Oh, is he the guy that plays Carl in Ghost? I like just recognized his face. He looks so different with a mustache and beard, but what's his name? Tony Goldwyn? Is that his name?
Captain, if I might have a word.
Woo.
Load! Faster!
I feel so bad for him.
Shooting damage.
Okay!
They're not ready.
The regiment leaves at 6 a.m.
Yoshino Province.
Where's Hasegawa? Apparently he refuses to fight against Katsumoto.
We are not here as combatants.
Then who's gonna lead these men?
They're on officers, for Christ's sake. Let's move to the rear.
Sergeant Gant, report to the rear and see to the disposition of the supply trains. Sergeant Gant, did you hear my order?
I did indeed, sir.
Good, then you will obey it.
No disrespect intended, sir, but shove it up your ass.
Wow. I'm really nervous for this. Such a pretty forest.
Samurai clam.
Reloading these weapons takes so long. The music in this scene is really good. Whoa. Oh, damn. There he is. He seems intrigued and interested. Oh. So everyone else is gone except for him? Oh, I know that guy too. Can't remember what he's in though. That fight was awesome. I enjoyed that. Gosh, these mountains are beautiful.
What is your name?
He didn't even flinch.
This is my son's village. We are deep in the mountains and the winter is coming. You cannot escape.
あの万人を何を生かしておくのですか。負け戦の恥ずかしみを受けたからにはあやつは腹切るべきです。
万人のしきたりに切腹はない。
私が切りましょう。
以上。切らねばならぬ奴はまだ大勢おる。まず敵を知ることだ。生かしておけ。
酒。タカが面倒見てくれますよ。
I feel like those are almost like alcohol withdrawal jitters. I love how he's just like snooping through his stuff. I mean, valid, I guess, but guy's in rough shape. Well, he's looking a lot better. I'm curious how many days it's been since he's been here. Really, dude?
You got a name, don't you? Name. Yeah, but I know why you don't talk. You're angry because they make you wear a dress.
I don't think that's it.
This temple was built by my family 1,000 years ago. My name is Katsumoto. What is your name? I will practice my English with you, if you would honor me.
Your English is already pretty good.
You kept me alive just to speak English? Then what do you want?
To know my enemy. The warriors in your country do not kill?
They don't cut the heads off defeated kneeling men.
General Hasegawa asked me to help him end his life. A samurai cannot stand the shame of defeat.
I was honored to cut off his head. Not to introduce yourself is considered extremely rude even among enemies.
Nathan Ogren.
I'm honored to meet you. I have enjoyed this conversation in English.
I have questions.
I have introduced myself. You have introduced yourself. This is a very good conversation.
I have questions.
Questions come later.
Who's the warrior in the red armor?
My brother-in-law, Hirotaro.
And the woman who cares for me?
My sister, Hirotaro's wife. Her name is Taka.
I killed her husband?
It was a good death.
Damn. I love Ken's voice. I just love hearing him talk. He's got a wonderful voice.
こちらへ。どうぞ。
I feel like this is kind of awkward for him.
ご自分で言ったらどうです。
でもせめてお風呂ぐらい。
Gotta take a hot bath. Aw. So cute. I love the fact it's raining right now. It just adds so much to the scene. His face is like pathetic. Ooh. Might be able to take on a kid, but to take on a man who's been doing this for probably his whole life, not gonna do that well. Plus, that guy just wishes he could kill him. Whew, the music gave me goosebumps. So good.
I've yet to thank you for looking out for me yesterday. That is your job, correct? Well done, Bob.
Okay.
You don't mind if I call you Bob, do you?
Ujo is teaching you the way of the Japanese sword. You fought against the Red Indians. Tell me of your part in this war.
Why?
I wish to learn.
Read a book.
I would rather have a good conversation. We are both students of war. You are the general of your army?
Captain.
This is a low rank?
A middle rank. Don't you have a rebellion to lead?
People in your country do not like conversation?
His name was Custer.
I know this name. He killed many warriors. So he was a good general.
No, he wasn't a good general. He was arrogant and foolhardy. And he got massacred because he took a single battalion against 2,000 angry Indians.
1,000 Indians? How many men for Custer?
211.
I like this General Custer.
He was a murderer who fell in love with his own legend, and his troopers died for it.
I think this is a very good death.
Well, maybe you can have one just like it someday.
If it is my destiny.
What do you want from me?
What do you want for yourself?
What the hell am I doing here?
This guy's ready to go. Like how he's really not giving him any information at all. But I feel like soon we're gonna get him training to be like a samurai, right? I feel like we're slow burning to that.
I continue to live among these unusual people.
They're not unusual, they're just not like you. Ooh, hot pools. I love natural hot springs.
Everyone is polite. Everyone smiles and bows. But beneath their courtesy, I detect a deep reservoir of feeling.
Is he learning? Oh, I used to do that as a kid, and I thought I was so clever.
From the moment they wake, they devote themselves to the perfection of whatever they pursue.
They live slowly. They live slowly and in the moment. They care about things.
I am surprised to learn that the word samurai means to serve, and that Katsumoto believes his rebellion to be in the service of the Emperor.
And like sword work is such an art form for them, as much as it is to like defend and fight. You know, it's like a dance almost to me. And this armor is so pretty. This is kid about to show him how it's done.
Too many mind. Mind the sword. Mind the people what? Mind the enemy. No mind.
Arigato. Okawari?
タカおい聞いたかもっと詳しやってくれ
What are these?
Chopsticks.
Hashi.
はいはい箸
I'm Ogren.
アルグレンアルグレンアルグレン
アルグレン
アルグレン信忠孫次郎
Magojiro.
ヒゲン
Higen. Taka.
兄上出て行ってもらってください
She's so over this.
これ以上の恥ずかしめを受けるのなら
Oh.
死なせてください
言う通りにできんのか。敵を撃てば気が済むのか。
はい
She's probably still grieving the loss of her husband and having to spend all that time with him.
わしもなたか。奴がなぜここにいるのかようわからんの。これもまた何かのおぼし飯かもしれん。
Oh, so that's why he didn't answer him when he asked why is he here, because he doesn't even know, really. He's letting life just play out the way it's meant to be, I guess.
She's been very kind to me.
She's honored to have my guest in her house.
Sure, honored. Oh, I love that he's practicing. And I love this sky.
To seek a stillness of your mind and to master the way of the sword.
It's kind of like a form of meditation, too.
Also called watashi.
Nathan's gonna know fluent Japanese by the end of the movie.
日本の男はこのようなことはいたしません
Myojin de wa nai.
Sorry.
Hmm.
For your husband, Hirotaro.
あの人はあなたのすべきことをしただけですお気持ちだけは
I feel like that conversation went all right. I feel like Nathan's probably a little bit confused by it, though. But he's kind of learning the way that they do things.
This marks the longest I have stayed in one place since I left the farm at 17.
Oh, wow.
There's so much here that I will never understand. But there is indeed something spiritual in this place.
This place is beautiful. I would love to spend a lot of time here. I feel like there's like a thing brewing here between him and her. They eye each other a lot. Has me very curious. Ooh, how's this gonna go? Ooh. I feel like he's gotten a bit better though. I love how this is filmed. This is so good. Oh, I loved that scene. I think that was my favorite scene so far. That was great. Oh my gosh. No. Oh gosh. Say something, say something.
Katsumoto!
Oh. Oh, oh, yes, Taka, let's go. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh. Yes, old guy. Bob. Oh, that was a lot. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I loved Katsumoto and Nathan fighting side by side. That was really good.
The perfect blossom is a rare thing.
Who sent those men to kill you?
I'm writing a poem about a dream I had.
He's not gonna answer the question, is he?
Tiger's eyes are like my own. He comes from across a deep and troubled sea.
Was it the Emperor? Omura?
If the Emperor wishes my death, he has but to ask.
So was Omura.
You do not fear death, but sometimes you wish for it. It happens to men who have seen what we have seen. I come to this praise of my ancestors, and I remember, like these blossoms, we are all dying. The Emperor has granted a safe passage to Tokyo. We leave tomorrow.
Good.
I feel like there's gonna be part of him that doesn't want to leave, though.
When I took these, you were my enemy.
Aw. And now you're not. Especially now that they fought side by side. But yeah, I feel like he's maybe not gonna want to leave, and maybe they're not even gonna want him to leave, you know?
失礼。
いいえ、もう済みました。
行きます。親切を出した。忘れません。
Oh, Ken's look right now, his serious face while on this horse. Oof. Wow.
Howitzers.
Yes, indeed. 200 rounds a minute, and the new cartridge is cut down on jamming.
I need a bath.
After living with those savages, I can only imagine.
Ow.
Welcome back, Captain.
海の向こうを知る者の助けがいる。
この勝本がいらざる時は、陛下は荒人神ではござりませんか。正しいと思うことをおやりになればよい。
あの者たちの望むことをしている限り、神であるかもしれんな。
陛下は民の思いをお忘れか。
どうすればよい。
お上のお言葉こそ、この国に道をつけるので。
I have here a draft of the arms agreement.
Captain Olgren, I'm eager to know how many samurai have joined Katsumoto.
I'm afraid I don't know.
Come, man, tell us what you saw.
As you said, savages with bows and arrows.
May I offer you whiskey?
No, thank you.
I feel like the first time he's declined whiskey, my guess is yes.
Last year, we are not prepared to go to battle, but now we are ready. If Katsumoto is allowed to attract other samurai to his cause, we will have 10 years of rebellion. This is something I will not allow.
But he's not going to want to fight against them because now he knows them and they taught him how to be a samurai.
You will crush him.
Mm-mm.
I appreciate the offer.
It is not an offer.
Mr. Omura, my contract with you was to train your army.
Then we will make a new contract, one that will recognize the extraordinary contribution you have made to the Emperor. 作ろう。Katsumotoに近づける。きれい。
どういうつもりだ。投げを切れ。勅令を知らんのか。
Oh my God, it started.
中蔵、聞いてるのか。そんな頭をしてるから人たちにバカにされるのだ。ほらっしゃい。ほらっしゃい。ああ。やめろ。やめろ。
Jolly good.
わしもこの元老院に戻れることを光栄に思う。
勝本参議、重ねてお願いする。勅令通り刀を廃棄していただきたい。
恐れながら、お上のご意志であれば。
陛下の神聖なお言葉をこのような場で賜るわけにはいきません。
この刀をお渡しするわけには。
致し方ありませんな。警護の者に送らせます。沙汰があるまで東京のご自宅にて謹慎願いたい。
Oh, that was a lot the last few minutes.
$500 a month, including back pay for time spent in captivity.
Oh, he is drinking. Oh, thought he was done.
Katsumoto's under arrest. Amuro won't let him last the night, and we should have little trouble handling what's left of the rebellion. What is it about your own people that you hate so much?
Well... He doesn't have anything on him, does he? I love that in this way we get to see it a second time, but like slow down. It helps to like see what we missed, maybe. Oh, behind you, behind you, behind you, behind you. Damn.
大室大臣が我々に人を誰だと思うんだ。アメリカ合衆のためにわざわざ赤字になられたんだ。
President of the United States?
Sorry.
Well, it worked, so it's fine.
How's your poem coming?
I thought you returned to America.
I decided to stay, see if I could convince you to escape.
Hey, let's go. Whoa. Whoa. Nice. Oh gosh. No. No, 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 no.
野田だ
父上、ここは私はもう。
The Emperor could not hear my words. His army will come. It is the end. For 900 years, my ancestors have protected our people. I have failed them. The way of the samurai is not necessary anymore.
What could be more necessary?
I will die by the sword.
And let it be your enemies. We will make the Emperor hear you.
If me crying twice is not proof that this is a good movie, I don't know what is. And little did she know, the worst of the emotional damage was still to come.
お前も白人と戦うのか。
そうです。もし来れば。
どうしてさ。
愛する人を殺すから。
ましてあの子は父を失ったのですから。
イゲの父は自分が殺した。
あの子はあなたが死ぬのが怖いのです。
That is so precious.
戦で死ぬのは名誉だと言ったよ。聞かないで。
I'm gonna cry again because this damn kid's crying.
I'd say 2 full regiments.
Wow.
They'll come in waves of 1,000.
They will come and we will make our stand.
How many men will we have?
Maybe 500.
There was once a battle at a place called Thermopylae. 300 brave Greeks held off a Persian army of 1,000,000 men. Take away the advantage of their guns. We're overconfident we'll use it. Lure them close. May 25th, 1877. This will be the last entry in this journal. I do not presume to understand the course of my life. I know I am grateful to have partaken of all this.
Is there gonna be a moment between these two before the battle begins? I feel like it's appropriate, you know?
これを着ていただけたら嬉しゅうございます。
Oh. This is done so delicately. I love it. Oh, that's such a great scene. I feel like I didn't want to talk over it at all. I kind of feel that way about this whole movie, actually. It's one of those movies where finding it like almost hard to react to because I just want to sit back and like take it all in. This looks good on him. This looks good on him. Eugeo looking good. Eugeo looking good too. I love the eyeliner. Oh, I'm nervous for this battle, but I'm also very excited for it.
You will need this.
Wow.
What does it say?
I belong to the warrior in whom the old ways have joined the new.
Here we go. I love them riding side by side like this to go confront.
The Imperial Army of Japan demands your surrender. If you and your fellows lay down your arms, you will not be harmed.
This is not possible, as Mr. Omura knows.
Captain Algren, you ride against us, and you are the same as they are.
I'll look for you on the field.
Algren's like, that's the fucking point.
Perhaps you can use these for your book.
Aw,
Yes.
that's so kind of him.
Captain, Godspeed.
I love his helmet. It feels like so long ago that he came here to teach them how to use guns, and now he has to fight against the very people he was teaching. I love that this is in time with the song that's playing. The camera changes.
They're covering their retreat.
Even the mighty samurai cannot stand up to the howitzers.
They're coming. Wait for the volley. Second volley.
Wow.
What on earth?
What is happening?
Your men are burning. That's what's happening. Oh.
What happened to the warriors at Thermopylae?
Dead to the last man.
Oh, ever since Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings battles get me so emotional. I love this old man. He's so great. Oh, jeez. Oh, ouch. Whoa. No, 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 no.
They'll bring 2 more regiments up here soon. We won't be able to stop them again.
You do not have to die here.
I should have died so many times before.
Now you live again.
Yes.
It was not your time.
It's not over.
God, I don't even have words right now.
What is this? Hogekioi. He's going to attack? He's defeated. He must accept his shame. Kill him. All of them.
You have your honor again. Let me die with mine.
Are you ready? I will miss our conversations.
Perfect. They are perfect.
On behalf of the United States of America, the signing of this treaty will usher in an era of unprecedented prosperity and cooperation between our 2 great nations.
This is Katsumoto's sword. He would have wanted you to have it. Let the strength of the samurai be with you always.
勝本の死を悼む気持ちは皆同じです。
He hoped, with his last breath, that you would remember the ancestors who held this sword and what they died for.
陛下。
Shut up. Hate that guy.
You were with him at the end?
Emperor, this man fought against you.
If you believe me to be your enemy, command me, and I will gladly take my life.
I have dreamed of a unified Japan, of a country strong and independent and modern. We have railroads and cannon, Western clothing. We cannot forget who we are. I have concluded that the treaty is not in the best interest of my people.
Sir, if I may...
So sorry, but you may not.
This is an outrage!
Bye.
陛下。この件に関しては
Shut up.
十分だ。
私は国家のために全てを投げ打ってきたつもりです。
それが誠であれば、
Oh.
お前の資産は没収し Tell me how he died.
I will tell you how he lived.
And so the days of the samurai had ended. As for the American captain, no one knows what became of him. Some say that he died of his wounds.
Did he go to Taka and the kids?
He may have at last found some small measure of peace.
I feel like I cried the entire last half hour of that. So that was The Last Samurai, and that was a lot more emotional than I think I was expecting it to be. The very first thing that I have done is I looked up who did the soundtrack for this movie. I'm not at all surprised to find out that it was Hans Zimmer, the legend, the GOAT. Interstellar is my favorite movie of all time. Those of you that have watched most of my videos will probably know that because I have mentioned it a handful of times, and honestly, I don't even need to see the visuals of that movie. If I hear any song from that film, I will pretty much cry on command and I get very emotional. So I feel like the soundtrack for this movie is possibly going to be another one of those where I can just bring up the soundtrack on its own and just sit here and get all teary-eyed, kind of replaying these moments in my head, but then also just allowing myself to feel that emotional release. I'm fairly confident that the music in this film was like 60% of the reason why I got so emotional during the battles. The music was so good. But also there's just something so like inspiring and heartbreaking at the same time when it comes to battles that kind of just causes like this conflict within me that kind of, I don't know, it just kind of triggers this release, and anything that I guess I've kind of just like held in for a while that I haven't let out, that's the moment, and then it just all comes flooding out of me. So normally I talk about the story and kind of like my overall thoughts on the film first, but I'm actually gonna kind of do a flipperoonie and I'm gonna talk about the cast first. I really just want to do a quick rundown of the cast real quick. So one, it took me a while to recognize that it was Tony Goldwyn. He looks so different with a beard and a mustache, and also just dressed as a completely different person, because I know Tony Goldwyn primarily from Ghost. He plays Carl, and Ghost is a movie I've seen probably 100 times. But I knew right away that it was Timothy Spall as Graham, and I mean, he's got such a unique face, and I grew up with the Harry Potter movies, so yeah, I immediately recognized him just from his role as Wormtail / Peter Pettigrew. Hiroyuki Sanada, I am so upset at myself for not recognizing that he is Kaneda in Sunshine. Sunshine is one of my favorite sci-fi movies ever, and I knew his face. Could not think where it was from. As soon as the movie was over, I looked up his IMDb and then I went, oh yeah, duh. And finally, the actor that plays Ambassador Swanbeck, I knew that I knew his face, but do you think I could know what from? No. And as soon as I looked it up, this is such a funny connection, but he played Sam Braun in the original CSI TV show, and that was a recurring character throughout many episodes, and yeah, he's got a very unforgettable face, even with a face full of facial hair. I think the whole cast in this movie was phenomenal, but in particular, I really just want to call out Ken Watanabe and Hiroyuki Sanada's performances. I think that the movie really didn't pick up for me until those two appeared, and then were very prominent from that moment through to the end of the film. Their line deliveries, their facial expressions, the way that they both fought, they're just phenomenal actors, and they were playing really great characters, and they stand out on top for me, honestly. All right, let's talk about Tom Cruise. So I haven't seen very many Tom Cruise movies. The Tom Cruise movies that I've watched are Top Gun, Rain Man, and Edge of Tomorrow. And the latter two were very recent. I have reactions to them on the channel. You can go find them. Maybe I'll link them down below in the description. But yeah, out of the 4 movies now that I've seen of Tom Cruise, this movie is definitely easily my favorite performance by him. I'm aware of how dedicated Tom Cruise is for his roles. I know that he does all his own stunts, and it really shows in this film just how dedicated he was, because he did a really great job. I really admire his performance here. I also think that the type of character that he was playing in this film was a big reason why I think that his performance in this film was just better than anything I've seen him in so far. Algren was a character where I never really got the sense at any point that he was someone that was trying to like interfere or trying to be like better than everyone else. Like, the character was just super respectful of everyone. He had a willingness to learn, and he came to fall in love with the people, the culture, and their way of life. And I think it shows that at the end of the movie, he decided to go back to the village and carry out the rest of his life there, and I really admire that. I want to talk about Taka real quick because I think that she was a wonderful character, and I think that Kiyuki Kato did a really wonderful job portraying her, and she really didn't have very many speaking lines in this movie, so we're talking like body language, facial expressions. I think it was done really well, and the scene that stands out so much to me is the scene where she dressed Algren in the robes and the base wear for her husband's armor that he would wear for the battle. It was a very intimate scene, and the kiss that they shared was particularly interesting because it almost came across to me more as like a very platonic kiss and not necessarily one that was fueled by a lot of romance or really even desire for one another. It was almost like a sign of respect and acceptance is kind of how that kiss came across to me. Anyway, the way that scene was shot, the fact that there was like barely any speaking in it, it was just a really wonderful moment in this movie, and that particular scene just really stands out to me. All right, I'm gonna dive into the movie specifics now. First, I want to touch on the runtime. I actually found this movie a really good length. I did not find it too long. I didn't find things dragged out, and when I think about what you could cut from this movie, I honestly don't really think that anything could be cut or deserves to be cut. I never once was bored with this movie at all, and I think the runtime was perfect. The scenery and the shots were beautiful when nothing was happening. The cinematography just overall was amazing during conversations, during the fights, the battle at the end. It was good. I think the fights were choreographed really well. Everything looked super realistic, and just, it was very entertaining to watch, and I loved it. The battle at the end especially, it was just very heavy and so emotional to watch, and also, yes, Hans Zimmer's score was definitely a big part of that, but even just the visuals, it was very intense, and I just found myself feeling so emotional. And I mean, you guys saw it, like I barely talked. I was just sitting here, could not control my tears. I mentioned this during the reaction, but Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings were very instrumental for me to kind of realize how like, whew, battles can be. Battle of the Bastards is still probably my favorite on-screen battle, period, and I tear up every single time I watch it. It is so good. If you've never seen Game of Thrones, just YouTube Battle of the Bastards specifically and watch it. I mean, you won't have the context to understand like just how it is, but in terms of just the filming of it, it'll stick with me forever. Anyway, I just think the entire like last 20 minutes of this movie was chef's kiss perfection. I loved it. It was so good. One thing I just want to touch on real quick, I don't know how accurate this movie is. I will admit that I know pretty much nothing about Japanese history, the samurai in general, anything like that. So I don't know if there are like issues with this movie at all. It's not something that I've dug into yet. The title of this film being called The Last Samurai. So samurai to me, I mean, it's like moose. It can mean one or it can mean plural. I feel like the movie is kind of almost pushing it for you to think either way, like Tom Cruise being the last one alive, The Last Samurai. But to me, it feels weird having like a white American man be the last samurai standing and have a title like that. So I hope and I feel like the movie is actually referring to the whole group of samurai that fought at the end and having that be the last samurai. I'm gonna look that up as well, I think later, just to confirm like what was the title referencing exactly. My fingers are crossed for the group, not for Tom Cruise and Algren specifically, because that just kind of feels weird to me. Overall, this is a film that I will 100% watch again. I'll bring tissues next time because I know I will definitely cry in all rewatches in the future. All right, friends, it is time for the Letterboxd review segment of my reviews, and I found some really good ones that I would like to share with you now. So the first one is a 4.5-star review by Ted Goose that says, "Each day I try to be the sort of person a fictional character in this movie, who I only know as Bob, would be proud of. And each day I fail." The second review is a 5-star review by Carol that says, and I quote, "I will miss our conversations from the film," followed by, "I was fighting through my own tears at the last 15 minutes of it. I wasn't expecting to love it so much." And the reason I picked that review out is because I 100% agree with that. That was me in this movie. Yes. And now, friends, I turn it to you. Please leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this movie. What is your favorite part of it? Who is your favorite actor? Who is your favorite character? Do you also love Hans Zimmer as much as I do? Please let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in to this reaction today. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, click here to do so. And if you want to keep on watching, video playlists are going to pop up right here. Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next reaction.